Good morning, Glenmount Elementary School. Please, we are going to work on our queen base today. I know some of you king, queen base, we call it. Both of them are going to be the same base. So I'm going to go ahead and start by creating a new design. I'm going to go ahead and put king / queen base, and I'm going to put my name, and you guys can, I'm going to put Poppy. You guys go ahead and put your own name. I know some of you will still put Poppy. I don't know if you're being smart or if you're just following instructions. Alright, next thing we're going to do, I'm going to change the grid from millimeters to inches. I don't understand why this seems to be so difficult for some people. So I'm going to just show you again. I'm going to come down to this corner of the workspace, click on Edit Grid. I'm going to change it from millimeters to inches, units, inches, update. So the first thing we're going to do, now I've been making adjustments to this as I go along. Each time it seems, when I print it out, I notice some things that we could have done better. So I'm going to pull out a cone. I'm going to change the color to a lighter color because it's easier to work with. I'm going to go ahead and change the X and Y parameters to 1.375. 1.375. And I'm going to leave that there. I'm not going to change the Z-axis. I am going to pull out a whole cube, the transparent ones. I'm going to hold my shift key, and I've learned something new, that if you hold your shift key and move one of the parameters, it changes at equal amounts. So now this cube is actually all the same size without changing all three of them. I'm going to raise it up 0.125. Right now, I'm hoping that you know how to align. Make sure your handles are off. I'm going to put the two pieces pretty close together. I'm going to drag a rectangle over it. Remember, you don't have to make the big rectangle to get it all. Just a small skinny line that goes through both of them. I'm going to click on this align up here. This right up here, align. I'm going to align on the X and the Y axis. And you see that turn gray. That means that they're both lined up. And I'm going to group. Okay. Next one, we're going to bring out another cone. Change the color. I can make it a different color. Just make it a lighter color. This one is going to be, the X and Y is going to be 1.25. Whoops. 1.12. Let me double check. 1.25. 1 1/4. 1.25. And I'm going to change the Z-axis to 2.5. 2.5. I am going to bring out another box. Again, I'm just going to hold my shift key and drag this out a little bit. Larger than 1.25, and then I'm going to raise it up 0.5. My notes are here next to me. 0.5. I'm going to turn the handles off. I'm going to make sure I align those. Oh, look, I didn't. My whole block is not tall enough, so I'm going to click on that and just drag it up some. Make sure I get all of it out of there. And now I'm going to align and group. And this is our secondary base for our queen. So we're going to raise that up 0.125. Drag it over to the first part. And I'm going to align that. And group. Okay, that looks pretty good. We are going to pull out another cone. I'm going to change the color to a lighter color, and I'm going to change the X and the Y to 0.9. 0.9. And we're going to change the Z-axis to 3. Okay, I'm going to roll out this to get a better view. I'm going to pull out another whole block. We don't have to change the bottom, but we do have to change the Z-axis to 3 to make sure that we get the whole extrusion. Now I'm going to raise it up 0.7. 0.7. No, excuse me, 0.65. I'm going to, 0.65. 625. Okay, I'm just double checking to make sure I have this right. Alright, and then I'm going to align those. You guys know, you just put a thin rectangle around them. I'm going to combine. Okay. Now I'm going to, let's see, I'm going to check my height. 0.625. You know what? I'm going to go back. I'm going to undo. I'm going to undo again, and again. I'm going to actually raise this up to 1 inch. Excuse me. Now I'm going to align them. Sometimes I'm looking at too many notes. That's why I made that error. But I'm going to fix it before I get too far along. Looks good. Group. Now I'm going to raise it 0.625. That's where I got my 0.625. Raise it up. 0.625. And then I'm going to turn the handles off. I'm going to align. Make sure that's perfectly in the center. I'm going to group. And now we're almost done. So I'm going to pull out another cone. I'm going to change the color. Let's make it something different. And I'm going to leave that at 1. And I'm going to change the Z-axis to 0.1. And now I am going to raise that. I have to check the height. It should be 1.625. There you go. So I'm going to roll in, and I'm going to raise this up 1.625. I'm going to slide it over on top, and you guys know the drill. We're going to align them and group them. I think it's a good idea I'm not sure if I even like that either. I'm going to undo that. I'm just keep undoing until I get it where I want it to be. Alright. Again, I'm going to undo. And there we are. Now what I need to do, I need to cut off that top. This is what I did wrong. I'm going to raise it up 1/8 of an inch, 1.25. Then I'm going to group it, align and group it. Now I got to raise it up. See, I needed that flat bed. Raise it up, 1.625. slide it over. Now we can finish it up. Alright, there we go. Now we got it. And that's it. That's our king queen base. I'm going to copy and paste just to make a separate one, so when I have, if I come around and tinker with one of them, I have the other one to work with. Thank you so much for your attention. Make sure you let me know if you did this after our class.